You're pathetic.
Just leave it there, put it outside.
I've told you, Spider's mate for life, and that little fella's going nowhere until I find his girlfriend.
Oh, that's really sweet.
No, it's not. He's just doing it to annoy me.
Can I remind you that I was the one who saved you when you were screaming your head off? Right, I'm off to work, and he better be there when I get back.
Oh, so infuriating.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for a sentimental gesture.
Calculated gesture, and specifically to wind me up, like everything else he does. I hate him.
You know, my gran always used to say that the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference.
What's that supposed to mean?
But I think all this animosity is just a cover-up.
For what?
Oh, come on, Jess, don't play dumb. Just admit it, you fancy him.
What? Me fancy Kris? And you really are mad.
Think he fancies you?
No, he doesn't.
What's this?
Oh, we're just talking about me and Will.
Zoe, don't tell me you're taking relationship advice off her. The words scraping and barrel spring to mind.
As to the words nosy and trout, no one's talking to you.
Look, if it's sound advice you're after, why don't you just call into my radio show later on?
What? Loser FM? A station for people with no friends to talk to.
Well, then maybe you should phone in. You know, Jess, I could really help you with your multitude of problems.
And what might they be exactly?
Let me see. Arachnophobia, rampant narcissism, a severe superiority complex. Shall I go on?
Why does he always have to have the last word?
You could always be indifferent to it.
If you people are serious about wanting to be in a proper relationship, then I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest something really radical. Stop having sex with each other. By which I mean, stop jumping into bed on a first date and expecting a serious and mature relationship to develop. I'm not advocating celibacy or abstinence. If you're into casual sex, fine. As long as both parties are okay with that, and as long as Mr. Happy is dressed for the occasion. If you get my drift. But if you're looking for something lasting and meaningful, something with real depth, why not take the time to get to know each other first? A good relationship takes time and effort. It takes commitment and compromise. Okay, Samantha, so tell me, what is the problem with these friends of yours?
Well, they've both got the hots for each other, but they're sort of in denial over it.
Okay, and is it a boy-girl situation?
Yes.
Okay, so we're not dealing with repressed sexuality or anything?
Well, no. I don't think so.
You don't think so? Samantha, how well do you know these friends of yours?
It's kind of complicated, really, Kris. It's difficult to explain. All I know is that he fancies her and she fancies him. What's keeping them apart? Well, they're both a bit stubborn, to be honest. Actually, they've got more in common than they realise. One of them just needs to take a leap of faith.
What do you think you're playing at?
Oh dear listeners, we seem to have lost Cupid's little helper, Samantha. Now listeners, in my experience I found that it's always people with an appalling track record with relationships that somehow feel compelled to involve themselves in the affairs of others.
Oh, Zoe, you should have... I've got something on tonight.
Another one of your plans backfired, huh?
Well, I wish you'd said something earlier.
I wanted to surprise you.
Oh, you're just full of surprises, aren't you, Samantha?
Why don't you just get over it? I was only trying to do you a favour.
When you were behaving like a pathetic little schoolgirl.
Hey, take it easy, Kris. There was nothing malicious in it. I'm sorry, Zoe. Maybe we could do this tomorrow night instead, yeah?
You're turning into a right control freak.
Yeah, and you can be a right little nag. So you made your point.
What's the matter?
Well, the meal's a complete waste of time. Will's already made plans. You two can have it if you want. Oh, sorry. Would that be too intimate for you?
She has watched too many romantic comedies.
So do they really mate for life then?
Certainly do.
But how do they know that the other one's the one?
Instinct, I suppose. Chemistry. This little fella must be going through hell right now. And his missus.
Maybe he's a pain in the backside and she's glad to be shot of him.
Or she's a sour-faced old cow and he's glad for a bit of peace and quiet.
can get all the peace and quiet you need because I'm off to jog.
Oi! Is that my dress you're wearing?
Oh, yeah. I needed something to match my boots.
What?
Well, all my stuff's in the wash.
So you just went into my room and took it without even asking?
I don't really see what the problem is. It's one of your old ones.
And what's that got to do with anything? I want it back, and I want it back now.
Hey, cancel my plans.
Really?
Yeah, well, you've gone to all this trouble. I can go out for a drink any night of the week.
Oh.
Here, you big moaning tranny!
Who are you trying to impress?
You've got your work cut out there.
Well, I suppose some couples just aren't supposed to be together.